Welcome to the Talent Speaks Coalition, where we share stories of freelancers navigating creative careers in media. Each month, we bring you insights from a creative freelancer paving their own way in the media industry, exploring their journey, challenges, and the impact they aim to make. I'm your host, Ariana, and I'm sitting down with a really cool dude. I don't know, but I think you'll feel like he's super cool once you finish listening to this conversation. He is a director and the modern day Tupac. No, I'm just kidding.
That's crazy.
I'm just kidding. Anyway, welcome to the show, Isaiah.
Hi, thank you so much. The modern day Tupac is crazy.
Isaiah, you really do look like Tupac.
I swear I don't.
Where is the nose ring?
I gotta let it heal because it keeps keloiding. You want to pay for the next the piece? I'll get it right now.
Clients is like playing with my invoices. I don't think I got the money for that.
You and me both, man. You and me both. It's okay. We'll send your mans over there to talk to him. To tell him by 6 p.m.
6 p.m. on the dot.
PM.
Pay me my money. Anyway, Isaiah, thanks again for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Everyone who comes on here has to answer this question. It's a little hard, but I think you can answer it.
Okay.
When did you realize you were talented?
Oh, I don't think I'm talented at all, actually. I don't think there was, no, and I mean that in a sense that, like, I don't think there's a point where you realize you're talented. I think there's a point where you realize that you have to create, like, you have to do something with a talent someone says you have, and then actually finding out what the fuck that talent is.
No, that's a really good point. I honestly didn't think I was talented until I did my first big cut of an interview. And the senior producer I worked with was like, Ariana, you cut this so good. I had to cut interviews down from like an hour to 30 minutes.
Oh, damn.
And he was like, dang, and you ended it on a really good quote from the guest. You're so talented. And I was like, dang.
Affirmed.
I guess when you do hear it from other people, then it kind of like makes more sense.
I agree. I think it also depends on who you're hearing it from. Like, I feel like I never thought of creating as like a talent until the right people started saying that I was talented in it. Like, I remember making like videos in my room when I was like a freshman in college because I was making everyone else's videos. So I was like, I'm gonna make my own video. And then this musician in Colorado at the time was like, I really liked that, keep doing that. And I was like, oh, if he says he likes my stuff, give me all the money, like, you know what I mean? I was like, I'm up. So I definitely do agree with like someone telling you, but you know, it's a constant journey, you know.
So you make a lot of things because you're a director, cinematographer. One visual project you put out recently really grabbed my attention. I want to read your caption because I think it was very, 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 very important.
Okay, I'm terrified.
These are your words.
I know. That's why I'm terrified.
You said, still forcing myself to create for me, allowing folks to see my inner thoughts. Sometimes I think I can really do anything. Then other times I think, how the hell am I going to pay rent this month? I want to know what parts of creating for yourself have been most challenging and most rewarding.
Off the bat, the most challenging part about creating for myself is like posting it or putting it somewhere, because like I have a lot of things that I make for myself that like just takes up space on like my hard drives, my sleep, my fucking my bank account. Oh my God, my bank is definitely holding so much of the shit that I've done that I've just abandoned. Oh, so
yeah, been there.
Yeah. So like it holds space everywhere. So I think having somewhere to put it or do something with it is the hardest part, because at the end of the day, I am but a human. I am so terrified of what people think, but I also am like trying to not care about how people perceive what I've made because they don't get the context behind what I've made. You know what I mean? So that's the first part.
Any rewarding parts?
Yes, and the rewarding part is, I guess, getting it out of my head. Like just like creating for yourself. For me, is like I'm a creative person. I'm gonna create no matter what. Like I've had no money. I've had a lot of money. I've been damn near homeless. And there's been so many things that I've done in my life and so much shit that has happened. And at every stage of those parts of my life, I've always created. Like those are the only things that I for sure have done. I will make something before I eat. Like that's how a part of creating an art is for me. And I think a lot of creatives, so it's just the active part of doing it is the rewarding part of it, like getting it out, because then it's like a release. It's like, I was, to sound vulgar, I was backed up all day and now I, finally let it out, That's so that part mainly.
It's freeing.
It is freeing. It's freeing.
You're like, what was I worrying about anyway?
Exactly.
So what prompted you this year to focus more on your solo projects? Because for me, like, I get tied up into so many of my clients' projects that I literally don't have time to do my own at all. And it's not an excuse anymore. Or is it? But I'm just like, I don't have the time. And it's true. I'm not like procrastinating on things. But yeah, what's been prompting you to focus more on yourself and your art?
That's so funny. You said clients, like having client work and like that kind of getting in the way. I think it was like an absence of client work and then like a hard like mental pivot or emotional pivot. Like there was a point where like I was working for a company and I was doing content creation for them exclusively. And then I was also like recording shit for them exclusively. And then maybe I'd have like a client who would like want me to like direct something or like write something or DP something or whatever. And then like I would do that. And then like I would wonder why I'm like depressed. I'd be like, well, I'm sad as fuck.
Or burnt out.
And I'd be like, I've been creating. Like I've been doing the, like I said, I'm moving to LA and I'm going to make stuff. I've made something every damn day. Why am I sad? And I was like, oh, because I don't really care about any of the things I'm doing. So I think when they finally ended my contract and I was like, oh shit, I gotta pay bills, but I also, this feeling didn't go away. I'm going to talk about it, but then I don't want to sit down in front of a camera and talk about it. I want to like be artsy fartsy and be dramatic as hell and be like, I'm going to make a movie or I'm going to make a script or I'm going to make a video about it. And that's what I did. So like doing that helped me discover that that's how I do that. Like that's how I pivot to making my own stuff, because at the end of the day, I like my own stuff way more than a client will like what I've done for them. Even if they paid me, even if they walked away like, this is good, cool, now I'm going to use it to make money. They don't care. It's just a means to an end, versus me creating and focusing on my own stuff is like, that shit saved my life. So like I needed to do that,
Mm-hmm. I love that. I feel like that's a blueprint that I need to subscribe to.
Just get really sad and then, learn too much and start reading books, some random Ta-Nehisi Coates and bell hooks.
Reading when you're like alone in a big city and trying to get this money is like a saving grace.
Yeah. It can be isolating too, though. You gotta find a,
Yeah. I don't want to glorify it all, but you do need a good book as a freelancer. Mm-hmm. Just saying. Isaiah, you mentioned that bank account. Listen, my bank account be looking kind of little crackish
scary,
too. Yeah,
a little bit.
How are you investing in yourself while on a budget? You got gear. You see, I use your gear a lot. People
be using my gear a lot, and that's one of the ways actually, because I was very fortunate to like move here with all of my things. That put me at a very big advantage to anyone else moving here. So like, me being able to rent out my equipment already is like, wow. So like, I literally force myself that like, if anyone's like, oh yeah, can I use your lighting kit for like $200? I'll be like, sure. I can't touch that $200. Mm-hmm. I cannot. I will buy something dumb. I will go to dinner with my partner and mess around and ball out and think I'm really him when I'm not. So like that's one way, and that just forces me to like actually take care of like life, like paying rent. But I'm not paying rent off of renting gear, because the cool thing about being a creative person, you will find a way to make that thing. you will figure it out.
If you really need that creative expression, you definitely will.
You definitely will. And especially if no client is paying you to do it and you got all the time in the world. Like people, like the quote you mentioned, that there was nothing behind that quote. That was just how I was feeling at the time. There was a lot behind that post. To make that song, to even make that beat. Mind you, I didn't go to school for this. I didn't even watch no YouTube videos about how to make a beat or how to da-da-da. I have background in making of playing kind of music, so I kind of know how to play the keys. That's it. It took me months just to do the production of that. And then it took me another week to like write that. And then it took me 2 weeks to record it, edit it, and then I sat on it for another 2 weeks deciding whether or not I'm going to post it. Because like, luckily I didn't have to invest in anything. I owned all the things and I used my phone. Like I just used my phone and Premiere. And then obviously I'm not going to front you my fucking $4,000 camera, but you know what I mean.
But use what you have.
Use what you got.
And you will make something that you are proud of and that you wanted to make originally.
Yeah. So that's the investment. Like kind of figuring out the quality different. I'm not going to lie. I empathize greatly with the motherfucker who's doing everything on their phone and is making music videos on their phone and making songs on their phone. That individual, that motherfucker is dangerous. They are dangerous. They are dangerous as fuck. But that's how I invest. I'm very fortunate to know how to invest in myself in a way that allows me to create.
What parts of your craft do you feel like you're still working on right now?
Every single part. Every goddamn part.
God damn it.
Every goddamn thing. Every script I've ever written is not the best. Every video I've ever made is the worst video I've ever made. Every song I've ever written is the least crafted song I've ever written. It's a constant learning. Every illustration, every poster, because I'm also a graphic designer, everything I'm saying has always been, everything I've done has always been a constant build to improving and possibly liking something I've made.
Isaiah, I feel like I could talk to you all day.
You know, a lot of people feel that way. You know?
Yeah, so we're definitely going to have you back on the pod. But where can people find you?
I'm on TikTok, Mr. Aesthetic, on Instagram, Mr. Too Aesthetic, and kind of YouTube as just Aesthetic, but everywhere is basically aesthetic. So like, I'm very Googleable.
Okay, we'll link it in the show notes if people want to follow up with you or see the cool things that you're doing on the internet.
The cool things I'm doing on this fake internet. Yes, absolutely.
And thank you guys for tuning in and dropping in on this month's conversation with Isaiah. If you want to keep up with other freelancers like Isaiah, make sure you follow us on Instagram at talentspeaks.pod and talentspeaks.co. We'll see you next time.